So question number 3 of word problems. This question, okay, here it is. A jar contains only red, white, and blue marbles. All right, this is the question. The number of red marbles is 4 by 5, the number of white ones, and the number of white ones is 3 by 4, the number of blue ones. If there are 470 marbles in all, how many of them are blue? Okay, this is what the question says. So let's see के हमारे पास we've got red marbles. Let's go. Okay. All right. So we've got red marbles, we've got white marbles, and we've got blue marbles. Okay. Let's try to create the expressions that sort of represent the number of marbles in each of these jars. Red marbles is 4 by 5 times white marbles. So that means your expression will be that 4 by 5 W, if we let's say red is equal to 4 by 5 W, right? Because red marbles are 4/5 of white ones. And the white ones are 3 by 4 times blue. So 3/4 of blue marbles is equal to white marbles. All right. But
Yeah.
because at the end we're asked to find the number of blue marbles. So let's try to create expressions that, because we need to find a value for blue and we know that 470 marbles are there in total. So let's try to get an expression that does not have blue, but all of it is in terms of blue maybe. Walaikum assalam. So a total of blue, if you look at the total of blue marbles that you have, um, it will be basically your total number of marbles, it's 470 is equal to red marbles plus white marbles plus blue marbles. That is the total, right? So
Yeah.
यहाँ पे if red marbles is 4 by 5 uh times white, so can we say, and can we just eliminate this white and use this expression over here somehow? And
Mm.
if I
Yeah, we
let's say write
can.
it as 4 by 5 times 3 by 4 of blue. This is the
The
number of
4 will
white
cancel
marbles.
out and you will get 3 by 5.
So basically, white marbles are 3/4 of blue marbles, 3/5 of blue marbles, right? So now so basically, how many marbles do we have in total? 3/5 of blue marbles plus 3/4 of blue marbles and plus blue marbles themselves. And that makes up 470 total. So now this is the final expression that we have. And now you can just take on the LCM. This is just 1 here, 1 by 1. So 470 equals LCM would be of 20 over here. 20B plus 12B plus 9B. So 20 times 470, right? You can just multiply. You guys can use the calculator and do the calculation side by side. And all of this is equal to 20 plus 12 is 32. 32 plus 9 is 41. Yeah. So this is 41B. I think you guys can solve it. I think you'll get an answer for blue models. Next up, what's the next question?
So question number 6.
Question 6. Aaron has 3 times as much money as Josh. If Aaron gives Josh $50, Josh will then have 3 times as much money as Aaron. How much money do the two of them have together?
I
Okay.
understood till Josh part, but I wasn't able to take out Aaron wala.
देखो, if you look at it, they have certain amounts before and after this gift of $50. So Aaron
Yeah.
has 3 times as much money as Josh. If we say that Josh has X dollars, so
3x.
Aaron will have 3 times X dollars. Yeah, because
Yeah.
Aaron has 3 times as much money as Josh. Then
Yeah.
we're saying if Aaron gives Josh $50, that means Aaron is giving 50. So he's sort of we're going to subtract 50 from his amount
Yeah.
and we're going to add 50 to Josh's amount. तो 50 वहां से निकल के यहाँ ऐड हो गया. How much money do the two of them have all together? So we want to know the total money that these two people have. So the total of this will be how much? X plus 50
Is equal to.
is equal to 3x minus 50, but remember that Aaron at all times will have 3 times more than Josh. So this entire expression would still be multiplied by 3 because he at all times has 3 times more money, as much 3 times money as much as Josh has, right? So you're going to still
Yeah.
multiply this expression by 3. And now you can simplify x plus 50 is equal to
The
9x
answer
minus
is 25. X
150.
is
So
20.
आंसर 25x आ गया. तो इसका मतलब ये है क्या, is it 25x?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, ठीक है. If Josh has 25, so if x is 25, so you can just plug this back in the expression, original expression. If x is the value for Josh, so 3 times 25 will be the value for Aaron, 75, and total will be 25 plus 75, which will be $100.
Uh,
B would be the correct answer option. All right.
so when we took out.
Mm-hmm. See you guys.
Yeah, I was saying कि जब हमने Josh की निकाली, then we have to plug it in the amount we took out into Aaron's. Like 3
Absolutely.
वाली जो हमने.
Because
Oh,
this 25 was an answer for x, and the original expression was x and 3x. So obviously you cannot just leave it in the variable form. You have to get the accurate answers. So you have to plug this back into both of these to get the answers. Okay.
all right.
Next question.
8.
Question number 8. Two printing presses working together can complete a job in 2.5 hours. Working alone, press A can do the job in 10 hours. How many hours will press B to do the job by itself? Okay, so this question says you've got two printing presses here, and let's look at the times these two printing presses are taking. Okay, if let's say printing press A is working alone, can complete a job in two. Okay, so two printing presses, if you look at them, can work together to complete a job in 2.5 hours. So both of these, let's say कि printing press A plus B, when they work together, they complete a job in 2.5 hours. All right. Working alone, press A can do the job in 10 hours, right? So if A works alone, it will get the job done in 10 hours. How many hours will B take to get to do the job by itself? So if B does, let's say B is completing a job in X number of hours, and together they are taking 2.5 hours. Acha. Now, let's sort of quantize this entire thing, okay? Quantize this in a way so we can get accurate answers. Um, so we need to see how much time will B take. तो आप ये देखें, to make it simple, what we can do is, if let's say a job gets completed in 1 hour, ठीक है, तो and they're together taking 2.5 hours, so the expression that we'll get is 1 over 2.5. Similarly, if press A alone is taking 10 hours, the expression will be 1 by 10. Press B, x hours, so the expression will be 1 upon x. Okay? So we're looking at them in comparison to 1 hour. Okay, how much time they would basically, how much what you can say is how much time each of these will take if you quantize the time to just 1 hour. Okay, so a very good approach of this is also given in the marking scheme of this question. If you guys read it very carefully, they've given a very nice approach to this question that you quantize all of these values. For example, if let's say if a job gets done in 1 hour, okay, so if press A alone works, it's going to take 1 by 10 hours. And if press B alone works, it's going to take 1 over x hours. And if they work together, A plus B, so they're going to take 1 over 2.5 hours. Similarly, if they're together taking 2.5 hours, so A would take 2.5 over 10, B would take 2.5 over x, and A plus B will together take 1. So we're looking at this expression. अब यहाँ से we'll get an equation, ठीक है? The equation will be you add both the hours here. 2.5 divided by 10 plus 2.5 divided by x is equal to 1. Now, what you can do is, just to remove this 10, you can multiply this entire equation by 10, okay? So if you multiply the entire thing by 10, so what you'll get is, you'll get 2.5x plus 25 is equal to 10x. We're taking this x on the other side, basically. ठीक है, हमने LCM लिया, and we took this 10x on the other side. Now,
Hey, why did we divide? Like
what?
2.5 over 10 और फिर वो वाला, I don't get that part. जिसमें
Why did
आपने वो
we?
पूरा half कर दिया, like a plus b over 1
देखो, we
over
divided
2.5.
because we're saying now both of them are taking 2.5 hours to complete a job. You're looking at the unitary method of you're applying ratios. So it will be 2.5 upon 10. If originally it was 1 by 10. Now that same thing is getting completed in 2.5 hours. So we've sort of established these rates in the beginning, and we've multiplied 2.5 with the rate, 2.5 10. ये 1 by x into 2.5 by x आ गया. 1 by 10 into 2.5, 2.5 by 10. ठीक है, इस तरह से. Now that you have this equation, you can simply solve it. 25 is equal to 7.5x. X is equal to, simple आपका आंसर आ जाएगा 3 whole 1 by 3 hours. This should be the answer. Next question.
$12.
Number of comic books in Fred's collection is 60% of the number in Phil's collection. So 60% of the number in Phil's collection. So Fred's collection is 60% of Phil's collection. If Phil has 60 more comic books than Fred, how many do they have altogether? If Fred has X and Phil has how many? 60 more. 60% of
60 more.
X plus 60, right? Expression ban gaya. X. So basically Fred has how many books? Now let's write this equation here. Fred has X number of books. Phil has X plus 60 number of books. So how many will they have altogether? X plus 60, right? We have to solve this expression. But to solve this, we need to know the value of X. And we're using these expressions here for value of X. X is equal to 60 divided by 100 into X plus 60. So X is equal to, guys, ये तो आगे हो जाएगा ना, 100x is equal to 60x plus 3600. So 100x minus 60x, 40x is equal to 3600. 40 divided on both sides. 0, 0, 4 ones are 4, 4 nines are 90. X is equal to 90. If Fred has 90 books, Phil has 90 plus 60 books, 150 books. If he has 150 books and he has 90 books, so 90 plus 150 is the total number of books they're going to have altogether, which will be 240. Clear?
Sir, can you explain question 7?
Question 7 पीछे कहाँ से देखें हम लोग? Okay. If half x years ago Jason was 12 and half x years ago from now he will be 2x. Now let's call a value for now as maybe the present age p. If you move back half x years, 1 by, if let's say we're moving 1 by 2x years back, Jason was 12. And then if we move 1 by 2x ahead, Jason, he will be 2x years old. How old will he be 3x years from now? तो अगर प्रेजेंट से हम 3x years पे चले जाते हैं, so what will be the age of Jason? This is what the question is asking. So that means if Jason was half x years ago, if Jason was 12, that means right now he is half x years plus 12, right? ये number of years add कर देंगे तो आज की age बन जाएगी. तो present age is 1 by 2x plus 12 of Jason. Okay? So if he will be 2x years old half x years from now, इसका मतलब है अगर आप इस पूरे एक्सप्रेशन में हाफ एक्स ऐड कर देंगे तो आंसर 2x आना चाहिए. दिस इज व्हाट दे सेइंग, राइट? यानी इतने सालों के
Yes.
बाद दिस पर्सन विल बी दिस years old. So the new expression is that 12 plus half x plus half x is equal to 12 plus x. New expression बन गया हमारे पास. Now
12 plus x के equal to क्यों रखा है?
क्या मतलब? क्योंकि इसको सॉल्व कर दिया ना, हाफ एक्स प्लस हाफ एक्स 1x बन गया, वो 12 plus x बन गया, सिंपल.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Now this is the final expression that we have. At that time he will be 2x years old. अब हमें ये पता है कि इस टाइम पे उन्होंने नई एज तो बता दी है. We can say that this expression is equal to 2x, right? So 12 is equal to 2x minus x. So 12 is equal to x. So the value of x is 12 now. If the value of x is 12, तो इसका मतलब ये है कि right now he is how many years old? This was expression for age right now, right? Present was 12 plus x. तो इसका मतलब ये है कि now the present age is 12 plus, sorry. Wait. Hold on. गड़बड़ हो रही है मेरे ख्याल से. x तो 12 आ गया हमारे पास. If x is equal to 12, okay. Okay, yeah. So right now, what's his age? Present is half x plus 12. Yeah. This is the expression for present. Yeah. So if it was, this was the original expression, let's substitute 12. Half 12 plus 12. क्या बनेगा ये? 6 plus 12, 18. So that means Jason is 18 years old right now. If he's 18 years old right now, so 3x years बाद they're asking what will his age be? 3x का मतलब है 3 times 12, which is 36. So they're asking after 36 years, what will his age be? 36 plus 18 is equal to 54. So Jason will be 54 years old. Does it make sense?
So what's a more like simpler way to go about it? क्योंकि वो वहाँ तक तुम्हें समझ आ कि
I
आपने
think देखो
the
just have
third step
to,
was
हाँ तो देखो थर्ड हमने we're just finding a value for x. Once we know a value for x, देखो क्या इसमें ये देखो ना कि यहाँ पे we got an expression, यहाँ तक वो समझ आ गई कि हमने expression निकाल लिया 12 plus x equals 2x. और ये कहाँ से निकला? इन सारी जो कंडीशंस थी उनको हमने ऐड करते गए एक आंसर आ गया. इस एक्सप्रेशन को यूज करते हुए वी गॉट अ वैल्यू फॉर x जो कि 12 आ गई. अच्छा, अब अगर x की वैल्यू आ गई है तो हमें प्रेजेंट एज के लिए एक एक्सप्रेशन पता है, यहां हम इसको यूज करते हुए प्रेजेंट एज फाइंड कर सकते हैं. कर सकते हैं ना ईमन?
yeah.
तो हमने इसमें x की वैल्यू डाल दी, हमें यहां से प्रेजेंट एज 18 मिल गई. अब जब प्रेजेंट एज 18 है तो 3x, x की वैल्यू पता है हमें, 3x का मतलब ये है कि 36 ईयर्स बाद वो पूछ रहे हैं कितना होगा. तो इस 18 में ये नंबर ऑफ ईयर्स ऐड किए तो हमें पता है कि वो 54 ईयर्स का होगा.
ठीक है.
Okay, so guys, always try to arrive at the answers for the variables that you're assuming. Once you get the answers to those variables, you will know what to do. और ये जरूर बना लिया करो, ये conceptual mapping बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होती है SAT में. ये नहीं बनाएंगे तो सब कुछ मिक्सअप हो जाएगा. Age related problems में you guys should have these diagrams in front of you. ये representations पता हो तब आपको पता लगेगा, क्योंकि वरना तो मैं खुद देखो यहाँ पे मैंने गलत इक्वेशन लिख दी थी अभी. अगर वो लिख देता तो खराब हो जाता सारा क्वेश्चन. 24 आंसर आ रहा था उस तरह से. लेकिन फिर आई थॉट नहीं, एक्सप्रेशन तो कोई और बनाया था हमने प्रेजेंट एज का. ठीक है, और प्लीज इनको क्लियरली मार्क कर लिया करें अपने पेपर पे. जब आप अटेम्प्ट करें टेस्ट तो मार्क दिस के दिस इज एन एक्सप्रेशन फॉर प्रेजेंट एज, दिस इज एन एक्सप्रेशन फॉर फ्यूचर एज, दिस इज एन एक्सप्रेशन फॉर इतने इयर्स अगो. सो यू नो व्हाट यू आर डीलिंग विद, योर डेटा हैज टू बी देयर इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू. और इतना नीट लिखो ताकि समझ आए. ठीक है, एंड ट्राई टू मेक सेंस ऑफ दीज थिंग्स, बिकॉज ये सारे इसमें कोई इतना ज्यादा देयर इज नो what do you say strict concept involved behind this. This is just about logic. You guys should be able to make logic of these things, क्योंकि इसमें तो कोई कॉन्सेप्ट एडिशन सब्ट्रैक्शन, इसमें क्या मैथ्स का कॉन्सेप्ट है. सिर्फ इसमें थोड़ी सी सेंस लगा के समझ के करना है क्वेश्चन. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन.
Sir, the last two ones.
लास्ट
And
वन
10.
एंड 10.
Yeah.
Since 1970, when Martin graduated from high school, he has gained 2 pounds every year. Okay, 2 pounds every year. In 2000, he was 40% heavier than in 1970. What percent of his 2015 weight was his 2000 weight? अच्छा, अगर हम ये कहें कि 1970 में मार्टिन का वेट कितना था, x था. ओके, बाय 2000 कितने साल गुजर गए? He gained how many? उसने 2 pounds per year gain किया ना. तो 2000 तक आने में 30 years है, राइट? और उसने अगर हर साल 2
Yeah.
pounds गेन किए हैं तो उसका वेट कितना होगा 2000 में? उसने 60 pounds गेन कर लिया ना. तो his weight, he gained total of 60 pounds, right, over this time
Yeah.
period. तो 60 pounds गेन हो गया इस टाइम पे. अच्छा, अगर 60 pounds गेन हो गया तो ये कह रहे हैं 2000 में he was 40% heavier than he was in 1970. तो यानी जो ये वाला वेट है, ये जो 60 है 2000 में, इट इज इक्वल टू 40% ऑफ एक्स, राइट? यानी 0.4x. यहाँ से हमें x मिल जाएगा 0.4x, 0.4, 0.4,
X is equal to 150.
x equals 150. That means कितना ओरिजिनल वेट था? 150 pounds. If he was 150, अब देखो x की वैल्यू मिल गई तो फौरन क्वांटाइज करना शुरू कर दो कि 1970 में his weight was 150 pounds. 2000 में his weight was how much? 150 plus 60, which is 210 pounds. हमें दोनों सालों के वेट्स मिल गए. What percent of his 2015 weight was his 2000 weight? So 2015 में इसका वेट कितना होगा? नंबर ऑफ इयर्स देख लो, 2000 में 15 इयर्स है ना, लेकिन हर साल 2 पाउंड्स बढ़ा है तो 30 ऐड होगा. So 240 pounds होगा वेट इन 2015, right? If
Oh,
240 pounds in 2015, so what percent of this is of 2000? So 210 over 240, 87.5%.
so 240 में आपने ऐड किया है उसको?
240 में मैंने क्या ऐड किया?
240 कैसे आया? I'm confused about that.
240 कैसे आया? कुछ सोचो जरा. 2000 से ये में 240 कैसे आया?
You're adding like two twos, में.
किस में?
Because he's gaining 2 pounds every year.
Every year. So I'm adding 2 pounds करके from 2000 to 2015. 15 साल. 15 years
Yeah.
means 30 pounds. So I'm adding 30 pounds to 210 pounds, which was 2000 में जो weight था. Okay?
240.
Okay.
Yeah, 240 यहाँ से आ गया. ना अच्छा, आपके लास्ट क्वेश्चन आपने कहा था क्वेश्चन नंबर कौन सा है? 15 है. Okay, in an office there was a small cash box. One day Anne took half of the money plus $1 more. Then Dan took half of the remaining money plus $1 more. Stan then took the remaining $11. How many dollars were actually originally in the box? Okay. अच्छा जी. तो अब इसमें ये देखना पड़ेगा कि ओरिजिनली अगर 11, अच्छा अगर रह $11 गए थे, तो इसका मतलब ये है कि 11 प्लस 1 करें तो $12 होगा जब डैन ने लिया होगा. राइट, इट meant that Dan took $12. अगर वो वापस कर दें तो $24 would be there.
Yeah, that's what I was like, क्योंकि उन्होंने नहीं दिया.
Sorry, क्या मतलब?
Like, originally in the box, right? But if everyone's taking 1-1, तो how would you make उसकी पूरी equation?
देखो, अगर ओरिजिनल x है, हाफ द मनी, तो हमें ना इसको बैकवर्ड चलाना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि हाफ का हमारे पास कोई वो नहीं है क्वांटिटी. देखो किसका हाफ, x का हाफ, हाफ x, हाँ x का हाफ ही होगा. ठीक है, इसको करते हैं इससे जरा. एन ने जो लिया ना, दैट इज 12 हाफ, हाफ x प्लस 1, राइट? यानी ओरिजिनल की हाफ अमाउंट प्लस $1 more. अब जो रह गया, it was all taken by Dan. उसका हाफ, सॉरी, रिमेनिंग का हाफ. अगर हाफ एक्स चला गया तो पीछे कितना बच गया? हाफ एक्स रिमेनिंग था, राइट? इसके बाद
Half
रिमाइंडर
x
अमाउंट
minus
वाज हाफ
1.
एक्स. एग्जैक्टली. तो दिस रिमाइंडर अमाउंट ऑफ हाफ एक्स, गाइस, इसका भी हाफ बेसिकली इज व्हाट डैन इज टेकिंग प्लस 1 more. So basically half x
Yeah.
divided by 2. So half x divided by 2 क्या बनेगा? 1 by 4x. So 1 by
1/4.
4x plus 1 is what Dan is taking. And now Stan then took the remaining $11. अब इसका मतलब ये कि after all of this, we're just left with $11 at the end. So Stan's amount will be $11, simple. How many dollars were there originally?
अब सारे को ऐड पे कर देना.
हाँ, जैसे ही करना पड़ेगा. तो इसको ट्राई करें. इफ यू गाइस एंड ऐड इट, मैं देखना चाह रहा हूँ इसको हम इक्वेट किसके इक्वल करेंगे. Okay, let's make it more simple. If we have these equations, guys, now you guys know how to create these equations पहले तो, ठीक है? Let's deal with these equations. अगर हम इसको let's manufacture this question backwards. क्योंकि now the problem here is that there's nothing to equate this question to ना. किसको equal करेंगे हम लोग? हमें तो value ही नहीं कोई पता यहाँ पे. तो to make it simple, एक तो तरीका वैसे ये हो सकता है, इसको हम x की equal कर दें सिर्फ. You can do that. Original की equal कर देते हैं. Because everyone is taking from the original, right? So guys, see,
Yeah.
there has to be another thing here. Half x plus ये भी half है ना? 1 by 4x plus 1 by 2 है ये. Okay. Then Dan took half the remaining money plus 1 more. Remaining money 1 by 4x plus. ठीक है.
तो फिर +1 more में 1/2 क्यों डाल रहे हैं? 1 नहीं बस डालेंगे.
मैं आपको बताता हूँ मैंने क्यों किया ये. Let me make sense of it. Anne took half of the money plus one more, okay? Then Dan took half of the remaining money plus one more. So half of the remaining money was 1 by x divided by 2, which became 1 by 4x. So yeah, so even that one more that he took, उसका भी तो half है ना? So it's basically जो डैन ने, देखो डैन ने हर remaining amount का half लिया है, okay? So the remaining amount that there was, for example, if Anne took maybe, for example, $20 थे, 20 में से मैं आपको सिर्फ अब समझा रहा हूँ, ठीक है? ओरिजिनली अज्यूम करते हैं ना, वैल्यू वाज 20, ओके? सो Anne took half of the money, that means Anne took 10 plus 1, $11. Then Dan took half of the remaining money plus one more. Yani half of the remaining matlab hai 11 by 2, right? Which will be 5.5 plus one more. तो जो remaining था, what do we say? Let's guys think of these extra dollars as also remaining amounts. ठीक है? तो he will so आप ये कहो कि इसकी पूरी जो अमाउंट है, इसको इस तरह लिखो, 11 का जो हाफ रह गया 5 क्या हम इसको ना ऐसे करते हैं, हाँ, प्लस 1 डिवाइड बाई 2, ये ऐसे बनेगा. तो अब वो जो 1 था ना वो भी डिवाइड होगा बेसिकली, ओके? So what he's doing is he's taking a half of the entire amount, and that the entire amount that he's taking is the original का half and that $1 extra. So if you half it, तो ये 6 by 2 बन जाए, सॉरी ये 12 by 2 बन जाएगा, which will be 6. ठीक है? इस वजह से we're taking half of this as well. Now, अच्छा अगर हम यहाँ पे ये कर लेते ना 1 by 4x plus 1 फिर 2 करते, ये बड़ा कंफ्यूजन हो जानी थी. लेकिन बात आखिर में आके, सॉरी 1 by 2x, बात आखिर में यही बननी थी 1 by 4x plus 1 by 2. Okay? Now that you have all of these expressions, we can solve them. Anne's amount plus Dan's amount plus Dan's amount equals total amount, that is x. 1 by 2x plus 1 plus 1 by 4x plus 1 by 2 plus 11 is equal to x. This is 1 here, so 2 x plus 2 plus 4 x plus 2 plus 11 equals x. इसका एलसीएम ले लेते हैं आप, 4, right? 2x plus 4 plus x plus 2 plus 44 is equal to 4x. So 2x plus यहाँ पे 3x plus 50 is
So
equal
you
to
should
4x.
start a new meeting because the time's running out. फिर.
बस ये खत्म हो गया क्वेश्चन ये वाला. ठीक है, 44 plus 4 48 plus 2 50. So 50 is equal to 4x minus 3x. 50 is equal to x. So guys, x equals 50. There were $50 in total. This was a little complicated algebra, but again, because of the complications in terms of the expressions, the individual expressions that we were making. We're done.
Sir, original तो हमने बना लिए थे. Like
हाँ,
we
बस
had to
ये,
add all of them ना.
या बस आखिर में ये करना था. लेकिन जो सिर्फ कॉम्प्लिकेटेड पार्ट था वो डैन में था, थोड़ी सी यहाँ कॉम्प्लिकेशन थी, उसको समझना
सर मुझे
इंपॉर्टेंट है.
अभी भी नहीं समझ आ रहा है ये 1/4 मतलब ठीक है आई गेट के
Let me explain this to you in a reversed manner as well in the next meeting.
half
Eamon, your voice is breaking a lot. वैसे let me know. I'm sharing another meeting link, guys. उसमें फिर discuss करते हैं.
यहाँ से तो वाईफाई is super bad. ठीक है. Okay.